What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Here I am again at the top of the stairs. I think I'm probably going to start to call this like my weekly top of the stairs coffee chat or something, except it's 6:33 p.m. and I'm not really in the mood for coffees. Maybe it'll be a different time. I don't know. Let me think about that one. But today we're going to be talking about the Tamron 17 to 28 millimeter on the Sony cameras and why this is an incredible lens and why you should probably pick it up for your next vlogging lens, or if you're a beginner, why you should be picking this lens up as your first vlogging lens. Before we dive into all the details, I want to let you know that I am vlogging on this lens and I'm going to show you something, do a little bit of B-roll here off this lens, and it's absolutely incredible. Test, 1 2 1 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for all the recent subscribers. Love seeing everyone either jump in the comments or come back to watch another video. So today we're going to dive right into it. We're going to be talking about the Tamron 17 to 28 and why this is the best lens for 2023 if you're looking to vlog. I just wanted to get the moment to talk about why I love this lens and why it might be a good purchase for you. Now, if you haven't already seen, I did make a review on this lens once before, but I've actually had this for quite some time now. It's coming up on a year, not quite a year, but I really love the versatility of this lens. Like, I can throw it on my camera. In fact, most times that you watch a video, I am filming on this 17 to 28. The cool thing about this lens that I absolutely love is it's just so easy. It's relatively light, so you can throw it on the camera. I can literally hold my camera with a little microphone and hold it right in front of my face, have my full arm extended, and it doesn't get too tired. So that's the beauty of having a lens that's this small and this compact. Most wide lenses for vlogging, especially if you're vlogging for the first time or looking for a first good lens, keep in mind that most people start with the 16 to 35, but for Sony cameras that's pretty limited. You're either going with an f4 and you take the hit on the focal length and background blur, or you're going to pay an arm and a leg and you're going to get something like the Sony G Master, which is an awesome lens, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't fit everyone's budget. So I bought this lens last year. I think it ran me somewhere close to $800 or $900, and you can buy it online now for close to $800 pre-tax. That is still quite a chunk of change, but there are some great features that you can get out of this right away. The barrel does not extend. So it's not like you're gonna have that barrel slip or slide when you're vlogging. You're not gonna have to worry about dust, and it's pretty lightweight. So if you're looking for something to throw on the camera and literally walk around your house, take it outside, do some crazy B-roll, you can definitely do that. In fact, today I actually went to an antique fair with my wife and I had this on my camera, and it was just easy to hold up and chat, and it wasn't like I was drawing a big scene in a crowd of hundreds of people.
We are at the Antique Roadshow in Sacramento. It's our first time, so come check it out with us.
Yeah, and we're vlogging on the Tamron 17 to 28, giving you a good feel of how it goes today. So I prefer to take this lens with me. It's just easy to store away. Now, the other great thing about it is you can still get some pretty amazing background blur. So bokeh. Everyone loves to talk about the bokeh. The background blur and bokeh from this lens is absolutely great. I love being able to film with it. Blurs out everything in the background and we're good to go. So one of the downfalls about the lens is it's not stabilized. A lot of lenses nowadays, depending on how much you want to pay, have an in-body stabilization. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you are on a full frame camera that has an IBIS, or doesn't even have to be full frame, if it has an IBIS, you're going to be totally fine. 17 millimeters is wide enough where you're really not going to be able to notice the shake. Well, in the Sony a7 IV now, you can actually put on active stabilization, which also helps you out. You can throw on the warped stabilizer post and your footage is going to come out great. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about today is the focal length for vlogging. A lot of my research went into what focal length is good, and I was in that boat where I didn't want to spend the kind of money for the Sony G Master to get the 16-35. What I wanted to do is make sure that when I held this away from my face, it wasn't going to be, you know, a close-up box. It was still going to get a lot of my surrounding here. And I've watched many reviews where people have talked about what type of focal length. You know, I've seen videos where people are trying to vlog on the 12mm as being as wide as it is, and it looks a little weird. Or people trying to vlog on a 20. Now, when I was making this decision, I was filming with a 35mm, and let me tell you, that was tight on my face. Like, it was super close and it just did not look right. It looked like I was a floating head. So through my research, I want to tell you that the 17 is absolutely perfect. So it gathers enough. In most cases, you're able to see my desk. The camera is only maybe 1.5 feet from me. When I hold it up and I'm vlogging with just my hand, not even a tripod, it's incredible. Like, it gets everything that I want in the shot. It makes it seem like you're more at a conversation, you're sitting at a table with a friend. It's just a great overall lens to have, and the focal length of being 17 is not too wide. In fact, I think it's perfect. And if you're looking for the 16mm and you want to spend that on the 16-35 G Master, that's your preference. For me, this focal length, the 17, that 1mm difference did not make any sense to go ahead and purchase. But I will say, I did look at the Tamron 20mm, I looked at the Sony 20mm, I looked at several of those focal lengths, and just through my own research, I decided that the 17 was the right focal length for me. So that's it for me today. So let me tell you, if I were to start this process all over again, trying to find the right focal length, I know many lenses have been released since this 17-28 by Tamron. I would still pick this lens. If that doesn't say anything, then I don't know what does. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic week. Go crush some videos, take some photos, and have a great one. Can't go out without an In-N-Out burger.